Hello children, today we will see next video, sixth video in human and colorful world. That is what refractive index, how to find the refractive index, what is the use of refractive index, all these things, what is the unit of refractive index, where exactly we use this term, all these things we will see. This is sixth video in human eye and colorful world. Video number 6, human and colorful world. Today's topic is refractive index. Listen carefully, very important. Refractive index is denoted by mu r n. Any one symbol you can use, mu r n. See, refractive index is a unique property of every transparent medium. Every transparent medium has one unique property. That unique property is a refractive index. Refractive index is not a definition, it is a number, it is a numerical. Refractive index, how to find the refractive index? Mu r n is equal to C by V. What is C? What is V? C means nothing but speed of light in vacuum. Speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in medium. This ratio gives refractive index. Refractive index is equal to C by V, that is equal to speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in medium. What is speed of light in vacuum? 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second by, let us consider in a given medium, let it be 4 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Meter per second cancel, 10 power 8 cancel. 3 by 4. What does it mean? What is mean by 3 by 4? If speed of light is 3 meter per second in a vacuum, 4 meter per second in medium. That means in medium it is more, and it is in a given medium, in a vacuum it is less. 3 by 4 means nothing but 0.75. 0.75, there are no units. Meter per second cancel, no units. That means refractive index is 0.75. What does it mean? That means for every 1 degree, 0.7 degree it bends. This is nothing but bending capacity. Refraction, what is meant by general definition of refractive index? When a light ray passes from one transparent medium to another transparent medium, suppose if you immerse a pencil in glass of water, what will happen? Already we saw in first video, it seems to bend inside the water. That means how much it seems to bend, that phenomena is called nothing but refractive index. The bending capacity gives refractive index. Refractive index has no units. Once again, refractive index is denoted by mu r n. It is a unique property of every transparent material. It is a glass, it is a oil paper, translucent paper, transparent material, any transparent material, water, kerosene, petrol, diesel, these are all transparent materials only. Coconut oil, vegetable oil, these are all transparent materials. Every transparent material has one unique property, that is what refractive index. If you immerse any material, it seems to bend inside the water. What is the reason? Because of the speed of light is not unique on all mediums. Speed of light varies medium to medium. In vacuum 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. In medium it varies. In a given medium, that depends. If you find the ratio of these velocities, you will get a refractive index. Refractive index can be measured with the help of n is equal to C by V. There is, what is the unit? No units. Refractive index has no units. Understand children? Once again, refractive index denoted by mu r n, formula speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in medium. It is not a definition, it is a number, it is a numerical. What does this numerical indicates? This indicates the bending capacity of the light ray inside the medium. That means how much light ray bends inside. 0.75 bends for every 1 degree. This is what refractive index. No units. Refractive index has no units. C by V is the formula. Copy it. Right. Sir, if you know velocities in both the medium, then okay. If you know velocity in medium, then it is okay. Velocity in vacuum 3 into 10 power 8, that is well defined, so we know very well. Suppose if you don't know speed of light in medium, then what should we do? If you don't know speed of light, denominator value don't know. Speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in medium. If speed of light in medium, if you don't know, how to find the refractive index? To find the refractive index, then another formula is there, that is nothing but sin I by sin R. This is also called Snell's law. This is also called Snell's law. This derivation also I will tell you. First of all, try to remember only concept of refractive index we are discussing now. Refractive index first formula is C by V. If you know both velocity, speed of light in vacuum and medium, directly you can use. If you don't know speed of light in vacuum and medium, then you have to use another formula. Refractive index is equal to sin I by sin R. What is I? What is R? I is nothing but angle of incidence. I is a angle of incidence. R is nothing but angle of refraction, not reflection, angle of refraction. Why? Because it is a transparent medium. If light ray bounces into the same medium, that is reflection. If light ray goes into the another medium, that is refraction. That means I is angle of incidence, R is angle of refraction. Let it be 30 degrees, let it be 60 degrees. Then you can find easily. Let I is equal to 30 degrees, R is equal to 60 degrees. Substitute here sin 30 by sin 60 degrees. Sin 30 how much? 1 by 2 by root 3 by 2. What will happen? 1 by 2 into 2 by root 3. So 2 cancel, 1 by root 3. Rationalize it. Root 3 by root 3. Root 3 by root 3. Root 3 by root 3 whole square minus 3. This is nothing but 1.732 by 3. Nothing but 0.3 5s are 15, 23, 3 7s are 21, 22, 3 7s, 0.577 is the refractive index of these given values. So, if you don't know the velocities in both the medium, if you don't know the velocity of the given medium, then you have to go to this formula. Snell's formula will be very, very useful. Sin I by sin R. First formula is mu is equal to C by V. Then after mu is equal to sin I by sin R. This is called Snell's law or Snell's principle. Here I is angle of incidence, R is angle of refraction. Angle of incidence means the angle made by the incident ray with the normal. The angle made by the refracted ray with the normal. Right, children? Now, based on this principle, we are going to find the refractive index of one given prism. What is the use of prism? Yesterday only we saw prism is used to study the nature of light. If you focus white light onto the prism, it splits into 7 component colors. Those 7 components colors are nothing but VIBGYOR, which we can see in rainbow. VIBGYOR full form violet, indigo, VIBGYOR. Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Red color wavelength is very high. Violet color wavelength is less. Red color wavelength is very high. This we know. Now, we will find the refractive index of the prism. How to find the refractive index of the prism? Based on the refractive index, how white color splits into different colors. These things we will discuss. Now, take a prism. This is a prism. Actually, prism is a 3-dimensional material. 3-dimensional means it has both x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. But I cannot draw here. Here one more triangle. This bases we have to add. Simply I am taking one prism, place it on the white paper, trace it with the help of pencil. You will get one triangle shape. Name the vertices as A, B, C. This is what a triangle. One triangle shape you will get. Now, once again I am repeating, take a prism, place it on white paper, trace it with the help of pencil, you will get one triangle. Now take a protractor, place on the horizontal line of the protractor, place on the AB, put a dot at 90 degrees. Here also place the protractor will be like this now. This will be 90 degrees. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 like this. Again 0 to like this. 0 to 90, 0 to 90. If you place the horizontal line, this horizontal line if you place on AB and put a dot at 90. Here also you place this horizontal line, put a dot at 90. If you draw a perpendicular line with the scale, this is called normal. Normal means nothing but perpendicular line to the given surface. This is what, this is normal 1, this is normal 2, this is normal to AB, this is normal to AC. First normal is denoted by n dash, second normal is denoted by n1 dash. Otherwise this is n1 dash, this is n2 dash. Any doubt, children? Once again, take a prism, place it on the white paper. This white paper must be on the horizontal surface. Now trace it with the help of pencil. You will get one triangle. Name the vertices as ABC. Draw a perpendicular line to AB and perpendicular line to AC. This is called first normal, this is called second normal. Normal to AB, normal to AC. Again place the prism on the trace. Again place the prism. Focus laser light like this. If you focus laser light, what will happen? This is called incident ray. What ray? Incident ray. Sir, what is meant by incident ray? Incident ray means the ray coming from the source of light. Where the light ray is coming from? It is coming from laser light. So this is what incident ray. This ray falls on the lateral surface of the prism. This is called incident ray. Actually it should travel like this, but because of refraction means what? Bending of a light ray when it travels from one medium to another medium. Because of refraction it bends like this. This is refracted ray. Or again this refracted ray enters into the air. What will happen? It goes away from the normal. Rules you know. Rarer to denser moves towards the normal, denser to rarer away from the normal. Here rarer to denser, it moves towards the normal. The light ray moves towards the normal, denser to rarer away from the normal. This is what angle of incidence, I1. This is our angle of emergence. This is called the angle made by the emergent ray. This is called emergent ray. Emergent ray is making some angle with the normal. This is angle of emergence denoted by I2. I1 is nothing but incident ray. I2 is emergent ray. Angle I1 is angle of emergence. Angle I2 is angle of emergence. This is angle of incidence. This is angle of emergence. If you extend this emergent ray, there will be some angle between them. This is called angle of deviation. What is this? Angle of deviation. This refracted ray is making some angle with the normal. This is angle of first refraction. This is angle of second refraction. This diagram is very important. Once again, incident ray means the ray coming from the source of light. Emergent ray means the ray which emerges from the prism. Once it comes out from the prism, it is called emergent ray. Inside the prism it bends. This is called refracted ray. This incident ray is making some angle with the normal, angle of incidence. Refracted ray is making two angles with two normals. First refraction, angle of second refraction. Emergent ray is making some angle with the normal. This is called angle of emergence. If you extend incident ray and emergent ray, the angle between them is called angle of deviation. The angle made by AB and AC vertices is nothing but this is what? Angle of prism. Angle A is angle of prism. Now here this triangle, let it be X, Y, Z. This is one triangle. This is another triangle. First I am using X, Y, Z triangle. I am taking case 1 from triangle X, Y, Z. What could we write? External angle is equal to sum of internal angle. These two angles, no? Angle D is equal to these two angles. That I will write. Angle D is equal to what is this angle? Now if this is I1, this is also I1, no? Opposite interior angles. If it is I1, this is also I1. This is R1. I want only this part. So I1 minus R1 plus, if it is I2, this total angle also I2. I want only this one. So I2 minus R2. Here remember children, now if angle of laser light, if you focus, if angle of incidence decreases, what will happen? If angle of incidence increases, at a particular instant, the angle between incident ray and emergent ray decreases. Gradually angle DM also decreases. Whenever angle DM decreases, two conditions you can observe. This angle and this angle, incident angle and emergent angle will be equal. Internal angles will be equal. Angle R1 will be equal to angle R2. Let it be angle I, let it be angle R. Once again I am repeating, if you decrease angle of incidence like this, if laser light is like this, what will happen? Angle I decreases. If angle I decreases, angle I2 also decreases. If angle I2 decreases at a particular instant, this angle will be minimum. This angle will be minimum means you can immediately observe that these two angles will be equal. Simple. Incident ray, this is incident ray, this is emergent ray. If you change the incident angle, automatically this is angle of deviation. This is extended incident ray, this is extended emergent ray. If you extend this, so what will happen? The angle between these two also decreases or not? At a particular instant, that will be minimum. If it is minimum, this angle and this angle will be equal. Angle of incidence will be equal to angle of emergence. Very important. Once again, here I will draw here. This is incident ray, this is emergent ray. See, the extended incident ray, this is what extended emergent ray. This angle is called angle of deviation. This angle of deviation will be minimum. This angle of deviation will be minimum if these two angles are what will happen? Equal. If these two are equal, then only minimum deviation takes place. Minimum deviation means these two angles will be equal, these two angles will be equal. So let it be I and R. I am substituting here angle DM is equal to I plus I. What will happen? If these two are equal, let it be I plus I, 2I minus 2R. Let it be equation number 1 from small triangle. Now I am taking another triangle from big triangle, AYZ triangle. From triangle AYZ, this triangle. In a triangle, sum of angles equal to 180. Angle A plus. Now tell me, what is this total angle? It is make normal means 90 degrees. This is a prism. Normal means this angle is 90. I want only up to here. That means this 90 minus this R1 we have to subtract now. This is 90 minus R1 up to here. This angle is 90 minus R1. So A plus 90 minus R1 plus this angle 90 minus R2 is equal to sum of angles equal to how much? 180. 90 plus 90, 180. 180 goes to that side. 180 minus 180 becomes 0. So angle A is equal to, at minimum angle of deviation, same condition I am applying here. R1 is R, R2 is R. Minus R, what will happen? Minus 2R. Minus 2R goes to that side, plus 2R. R is equal to angle A by 2. I got angle R value. Let it be equation number 2. This angle R value I am going to substitute here. So angle DM is equal to 2I minus 2 into R. R is nothing but angle A by 2. 2 to cancel. Minus A comes to this side means angle A plus angle DM by 2 is equal to I. I got I value, I got R value. Substitute in Snell's formula. What is that? Snell's formula. Mu is equal to sin I by sin R. So mu is equal to sin of A plus dm by 2. This I value I am substituting here by sin A by 2. This is what refractive index of the prism. Simple. In Snell's formula, sin I value, R value I calculated here and I replaced I value and R value in the place of I and R. Simple. We got a refractive index. Once again, first of all, take a prism, place it on the white paper, trace it with the help of pencil. Name the vertices as ABC. Draw normal to AB and AC. This is first normal, this is second normal. Again place the prism. Focus laser light at what particular instant. It will be refracted, then after emergent. This is incident, refracted ray, emergent ray. Incident ray is making some angle, this is angle of incidence. This emergent ray is making another angle, this is angle of emergence. Now, if you change the angle of incidence at a particular instant, the deviation will be minimum. When deviation is minimum, you have to remember two conditions. Number one, I1 is equal to I2, incident angle equal to emergent angle, angle of first refraction equal to angle of second refraction. If you apply this condition here, first of all, I took small triangle from XYZ triangle. Exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite internal angles. Angle D is equal to this angle I1 minus R1. This total I1, this total I1. I want only up to here. I1 minus R1 plus I2 minus R2. Now, if you apply minimum deviation condition, at minimum deviation I1 I2 equal, R1 R2 equal, I plus I 2I. r plus r minus 2r. Equation 1. From big triangle AXYZ, sum of angles equal to 180. This is angle A. Now this is nothing but I want only up to here. This total angle normal, it is making 90 degrees angle with normal. So I want only up to here. So that 90 minus r1. This is 90 minus r1. This is 90 minus r2. Sum of angles equal to 180. 90 plus 90, 180 goes to that side 0. RR nothing but minimum deviation minus r minus 2r goes to that side. A is equal to r is equal to a by 2. So r value I substituted here. I got I value a plus dm by 2. These I value and r value I substituted in Snell's formula. Snell's formula is sin I by sin r. Mu equal to sin of a plus dm by 2 by sin a by 2, where a is equal to angle of prism, dm is equal to angle of minimum deviation. If you know these two values, you can find refractive index of any prism easily. Remember, we saw three principles for refractive index. Number 1, c by v, if you know both the velocities. Number 2, Snell's formula, sin I by sin r. Now n is equal to sin of a plus dm by 2 by sin a by 2. This is what refractive index of the prism. These three principles remember, these three formulas remember carefully. We will do so many problems based on this very important refractive index. N is equal to c by v, n is equal to sin a by sin r, n is equal to sin of a plus d. Of course you may be unable to see this formula. I wrote here this formula and this formula same. Go through this, copy it. Next we will see some problems based on this. Completed, children? Can I rub the board? Yes. Okay, children, one small one numerical, first question, one numerical we will see. It is a prism. In a prism, angle of prism is given. How many degrees? 60 degrees. Angle of prism is equal to 60 degrees. And minimum deviation is also given. Minimum deviation is 30 degrees. Find the refractive index of the prism. This is the question. Try once. Try once. Pause it and try once. Can I do? Yes. See here. These are A, B, C prism terminals. Now angle of prism is given. That means this angle is given. Angle A is equal to 60 degrees. Angle DM we have to find. This is what normal. This is what normal. Incident ray, refracted ray, emergent ray. If you extend these two, that this is called angle of deviation. You can say if when it is minimum deviation is given 30 degrees. Minimum deviation means this angle and this angle will be equal. I1 and I2 will be equal, and the internal angles also will be equal. R1 and R2 also equal. These conditions we know. Directly we know the formula mu is equal to sin of A plus dm by 2 by sin A by 2. This principle we know, just now we derived. Then what is that? Simple logic, no? Mu is equal to sin of A how much? 60. Dm how much? 30. 60 plus 30, 90. 90 by 2 sin 45 by sin 60 by 2 sin 30. Sin 45 is 1 by root 2 by 1 by 2. This is 1 by root 2. This 2 comes into numerator, 2 by 1. 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2. 1 root 2 cancel. 1.414 is the refractive index of the prism. Refractive index of the prism is mu is equal to 1.414. What is the unit? No unit. Why? Because it is C by V. Speed of light in vacuum by speed of light in medium. Got it? Right. Copy it. Okay, children. Next, one more problem we will see in this video. I will remind you all formulas at a time, all formulas in this chapter. Number 1, what is LDDV? LDDV means least distance of distinct vision. It varies from person to person. Young age people, who are called young age people? Below 10 years. Young age people LDDV is 7 to 8 centimeter. Adults LDDV 25 centimeter. Old age people LDDV 1 meter to 2 meter. Remember, very important, the summary of the total class, summary of all 6 videos I am reminding you once. LDDV for young age people 7 to 8, adults 25, old age people 1 meter to 2 meter. So sir, what is LDDV? You go through first video, it is almost a half an hour class, go through that. Number 2, angle of vision, the angle made by the object at our eye. If this wall is making a certain angle at my eye, then I can see based on the image, based on the angle formed, we can see the whole object or part of the object. Now angle of vision, the angle made by the object at our eye. If angle of vision is less than or equal to 60, you can see the whole object. If angle of vision is greater than 60, you can see only part of an object. Next, myopia. The person who cannot see farther object is called myopia. Myopia also called nearsightedness. There are 3 types of eye defects. Nearsightedness. Nearsightedness, the formula is F is equal to minus D. F is equal to minus D. Direct formula. How much distance he is unable to see? Directly focal length is, you put minus. Here minus indicates concave lens. Diverging lens will be suggested by the doctor. Next, hypermetropia. Hypermetropia also called farsightedness. Why? Because image forms beyond the retina. We call it as farsightedness. The formula is F is equal to 25D by D minus 25. This person cannot see farther object. This person cannot see nearer objects. If he is unable to see nearer objects, image forms beyond. Myopia, the person who cannot see farther object, image forms before the retina of eye. So it is also called nearsightedness. The person unable to see farther objects, so that the image forms before. So this is called nearsightedness. Formula is F is equal to minus D. F is equal to 25D by D minus 25. Next, refractive index. N is equal to, refractive index is the unique property of every, one more point here I forgot, power of lens. The ability of converging or diverging of a lens is called power of lens. Power of lens is equal to 1 by focal length in meter, or if it is given in centimeter, focal length is given in centimeter, 100 centimeter by focal length. Most important, power. Convex lens power is positive, concave lens power is negative. Next, refractive index. It is a unique property of every transparent material. Formula is C by V. Next, Snell's formula. N is equal to sin of I by sin R. Sin I by sin R is the Snell's formula. Next, last formula up to here is refractive index. Refractive index of prism. Sin is the sin of A plus dm by 2 by sin A by 2. Very important, children. Take a snapshot and copy it. Last problem we will say completed. Take a snapshot and write in notes. Last problem today. Now, second question. Doctor advised 2D lens. Find the focal length. Very important, children. Doctor advised 2D lens. From this part we can analyze so much information. 2 diopter. Diopter is unit of power. Power of lens unit is diopter. DIAPT diopter. denoted by capital D. Power of lens unit is diopter. Now nothing is given, symbol is not given means it is plus. Plus 2 diopter means what? Plus power, which power is positive? Convex lens power is positive. Convex lens power is positive means doctor suggested this is what convex lens. Directly we can say convex lens. It is a biconvex lens. Biconvex lens means thicker in the middle and thinner at edges. Both side radius is same. Doctor suggested 2D lens. That means person is suffering from what defect? Person suffering from what defect? Hypermetropia. That means he is unable to see nearer objects. That means he is suffering from hypermetropia. This all you can analyze from this information. Now what is power of lens formula? Power of lens is equal to 1 by f if it is given in meter. So directly power of lens you will get in meters if you substitute power of lens here. So 2 is equal to 1 by f in meters. Cross multiply, f goes into numerator, 2 comes into denominator. F is equal to 1 by 2 meter. That means 0.5 meter is the focal length. Focal length is 0.5. But minimum focal length LDDV is 25 centimeters. So we have to convert into centimeter. F is equal to 0.5 into 1 meter is equal to how many centimeter? 100 centimeter. 100 centimeter. This you can write it as 5 by 10 into 100. 10 cancel, 50 centimeter. That means instead of 25 centimeter, normal vision for adults, LDDV least distance of distinct vision for normal people is 25 centimeter. For this person LDDV how much? 50 centimeter. That means we have to cover 25 centimeter distance. So the doctor advised what lens? 2D lens. If he use 2D lens, this problem will be rectified. Instead of 25 centimeter, he is able to see from 50 centimeter. This problem will be rectified if you use these spectacles. If he use these lenses in spectacles, that problem will be rectified. And try it, revise it properly, listen 2 to 3 times carefully, and write notes clearly. Any doubts, write in comment section. All the best. God bless you.